159 years ago tomorrow, a small group of brave men submerged into the ocean depths off Charleston's coast, never to surface again, taking the USS Housatonic with them. That piece of history is memorialized in the pages of a new book by our guest author, Cheryl Oliver. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you.
What's the name of your book?
The Ghost of the Hunley from the Beginning. It's the first of a series of volumes.
And a volume it is, and I can see in the pages here you've poured a lot of work into memorializing these men and also just letting people know what our history was when it comes to the USS sinking of the Housatonic. So maybe you can share with us that story and what took place on that fateful day.
Well, that was on February 17th, 1864, and it was around 9 o'clock at night. The Hunley had gone out to concentrate on the Housatonic. That was their goal. And when they got to the Housatonic, they put the spar torpedo into the ship and it immediately exploded. And when it exploded, the Housatonic blew up, but the Hunley was also lost and it sunk to the bottom.
And the Hunley, we should mention, is this submarine, which
Correct.
We're talking 159 years ago that this machine right here, this is a model of it that was used. If you've ever been to the museum and you sat inside, you would know and appreciate just how small that and how confining that was. So why was this designed and what was the mission?
Well, the design started back in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1861. Working up the first prototype, they built the Pioneer. The submarine evolved from a very small vessel when they had to flee from New Orleans to Mobile, Alabama. Then they made the American Diver, which then held 5 men. And then from the American Diver, it grew to the H.L. Hunley, which then held 8 men.
So many tragedies, though, in the mission to sink a warship, but to think that something as small as the Hunley could do just that, and the significance of its history here in this country. If you just could tell our audience just briefly, you know, why it's so important for us to remember the Hunley and the mission of sinking the Housatonic.
Well, if you think about it, it's the very first submarine to sink an enemy ship in a battle. And that was huge because it had never been done before. And it opened up a whole new scenario to the Navy and to evolving to what we have in the way of submarines today. It changed naval warfare altogether.
Forever. And so people can pick up this book. You've got a couple more coming down the pipeline, so people can find this on Amazon and other locations. We're going to put that up on the screen. I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're back after this.